Hey, my name is Evan Ovadia, and for my master's thesis at Cal Poly, I'm working on a project called See the Reason. This video is a high-level introduction to what See the Reason does. See the Reason is a site where people can come to argue things. Here's an example of a large debate held in See the Reason. It starts with a main claim like this one: PCs are better than Macs. People posted many reasons for, and then people posted many reasons against. And then other people would help the system judge the truthfulness of the claims. To show you that, I'll make a new claim here as a reason against the root claim. I'll say people with Macs tend to have higher IQs. So if you want to be smarter, get a Mac. So I just posted that, and now anyone across the world will see my reason on this debate. Also, notice this green thumbs up right here. This means that, as far as the system can tell, this claim is true. Now let's pretend I'm someone else. I see this new claim right here, and I think, wait a minute, that's not right. So I hit the counter button, and I say, this isn't true. My Uncle Rex says that he has a really smart friend who uses a PC. And submit. Now, actually, before I hit submit, keep an eye on this green thumbs up. When I hit submit, it becomes a red X. A red X means that, as far as the system knows, this claim is false. It thinks it's false because there is a counter to it. Now let's pretend I'm the original person again. Looks like someone has posted to this discussion. Ah, yes, looks like my claim has been countered by someone who says, this isn't true, my Uncle Rex says that he is a really smart friend who uses a PC. Well, I can counter his counter and say, just because your uncle's friend is smart and has a PC doesn't change the fact that most other smart people use Macs. So this person over here sees that his counter has been countered, which means the original reason is standing again. So he has to figure out another way that he can counter this claim. Let's see, what's wrong with this claim? Ah, it's actually lacking citations. Please cite where you got that information. Because a claim without citations is an invalid claim. So this person will see that he's been countered, and he sees that, yes, this person is right, I didn't have any citations. So what we do in this case is we edit the post, and we add a citation. Now when we edit a post, it really just posts a new version of the claim, you could say. Submit, and here it is. So this person can refresh it and see that they have posted a new version of the claim, this time with a citation. So, how are they going to counter this? They can say, correlation is not causation. It might not be the Mac that causes the increase in IQ. It could just be that people with more money tend to have higher IQs and also tend to buy more Macs because they have more money. A solid counter. So this person over here, he sees that his post has been countered, and as he reads it, he realizes, yeah, this is right. Correlation is not causation. And he goes on to post other reasons why Macs are better than PCs. For example, when a Mac is broken, you can take it to the Apple Store and they'll fix it. With PCs, you need to figure out what's wrong with it and then send it to the right company that can fix the broken part. Much easier with the Apple Store. Now I have shown you one of the 3 core features of See the Reason: standing versus countered. It's nice to be able to see which claims are standing and countered because you can make kind of a game out of it. You can try to keep all of your side's claims standing, and you can try to counter all the opposite sides. Also, when someone is researching whether they're going to buy a PC or a Mac in a few days, they can come to this site and they can look at all of the standing points, and they can make their decision based on the standing points and ignore the ones that are fallen. So you're probably wondering, how can we trust the standing versus countered status? What if someone just posted this and nobody's really had a chance to read it and counter it yet? Can we really trust that standing means true? The answer is no, but what we can trust a little more is this certainty number. Certainty is roughly a measurement of how many people have seen this post ever since it's become standing. So for example, I just posted this. Only 1, maybe 2 people have seen it so far. So even though it's standing, the certainty is low because not many people have had a chance to counter it yet. Whereas a claim that's been seen by 1,000 people might have a certainty of 0.99, very close to 1, which means it's very certain. So certainty is a rough measurement of how confident we are that this is true. Because if 1,000 people have seen it and none of them have been able to counter it, it's probably true. Now, it is a rough assumption, but it should be good enough for our purposes. So that's the second core feature of See the Reason, the certainty meter. Now, See the Reason, as explained so far, can only deal with very objective things. If someone posts something like, Macs are better for programming because they're based on Unix, that's a very subjective claim because you might not think that Unix makes it better for programming. You might believe that Unix is actually a lot harder to program in than Windows. So we're in an interesting situation. This claim is based on an assumption that Unix is better for programming that might be true for some people and false for others. So when this is the case, we have to counter it and say, the above claim is not objective, because that's a rule of See the Reason. All claims have to be objective. Unix might not be better for programming for some people. A very good counter. So how do we handle this kind of reason? Because this is a very good reason. The problem is it's just not objective. If only we could somehow factor in your opinions about Unix into See the Reason. That brings us to the third core feature of See the Reason, assumptions. So for example, someone could post a new version of this claim with an assumption, assuming Unix is better for programming. Hit submit. So right here, See the Reason will ask me, do you accept the assumption that Unix is better for programming? Yes, I accept it. I definitely believe that. Now for the other person, it asks them, do you accept that Unix is better for programming? This person might not believe that, so they'll hit reject. For the person that accepts an assumption, the claim is standing. For someone that rejects the assumption, it's falling. So this is a way that we can factor in our own assumptions, our own beliefs into See the Reason, and it will factor it into the tree. So that's the third core feature of See the Reason, assumptions. So you might be wondering now, well, who won the argument? Who won the debate? That's a question I can't answer because that would require us to weigh facts from one side against facts from the other side, and that is something that computers are not that great at. Now, we could put it up to a vote of 100 random people. How many believe that the standing reasons on this side are more powerful than the standing reasons on this side. But of course, just because one side wins a vote doesn't mean it's true. On top of that, showing the results of the vote might influence the arguments themselves later on. So that's outside of the scope of See the Reason. But what See the Reason can do is it can compile and refine all of the facts for and against a claim and let the users look at the true ones and make their decision based off of that. So that's See the Reason. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions, then please comment below or email me at vertigon@gmail.com. Thanks for watching. See you around.